Hello there, and welcome to Science for Sleep. Tonight, we are going to explore one of the most mysterious, most fascinating, and most overlooked parts of your entire existence. Something that happens to you every single night. Something your brain has been doing since before you were born. Something scientists have spent decades trying to understand, and still, quietly, cannot fully explain. We are going to explore REM sleep. So make yourself comfortable. Let your body settle. Let your breathing slow down just a little. And as you listen, let these facts wash over you gently, one by one, like soft waves arriving at the shore. There is nothing you need to do tonight except rest. Science will do the rest. Let's begin. REM stands for rapid eye movement. It was named after the most visible things scientists could observe. Your eyes moving quickly beneath your closed eyelids, as if watching something only you can see. REM sleep was discovered in 1953 by a graduate student named Eugene Azarinsky, who noticed his sleeping son's eyes moving rapidly beneath his eyelids. He almost dismissed it as a malfunction in his equipment. He almost missed one of the greatest discoveries in the history of sleep science. Before 1953, scientists believed sleep was simply the absence of wakefulness, a passive state, a shutdown. REM sleep proved that the sleeping brain was not resting at all. It was working. During REM sleep, your brain produces electrical activity almost identical to when you are fully awake. If you looked at a brain scan without knowing the person was asleep, you might not be able to tell the difference. REM sleep is sometimes called paradoxical sleep. The paradox is simple. Your body is almost completely still, but your brain is more active than at almost any other moment in your day. The average adult enters REM sleep approximately 4 to 6 times each night. Each cycle arrives roughly every 90 minutes, like a quiet tide returning to the shore. Your first REM period of the night lasts only about 5 to 10 minutes, but with each cycle, the REM period grows longer. By the time morning approaches, a single REM period can last up to an hour. This is why the hours just before you wake up are so rich with dreams. Your brain has been saving its deepest, longest REM periods for the end of the night. REM sleep makes up approximately 20 to 25% of your total sleep time. For an average adult sleeping 8 hours, that is roughly 2 full hours spent in this remarkable state every single night. Newborn babies spend almost 50% of their sleep in REM. Scientists believe this is because the developing brain uses REM sleep to build and wire itself. Even before a child can speak, REM sleep is teaching their brain how to exist. During REM sleep, your brain's limbic system becomes highly active. This is the part of your brain responsible for emotions, memories, and survival instinct. It is one reason why dreams so often feel emotionally intense. At the same time, the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for logic, rational thinking, and self-awareness, becomes significantly less active during REM. This is why dreams rarely feel strange while you are having them. Your logical brain is resting. The hippocampus, your brain's memory center, is extremely active during REM sleep. It is replaying the events of your day, selecting which memories to keep and which to let go. Scientists believe the hippocampus uses REM sleep to transfer memories from short-term storage to long-term storage. In a very literal sense, you are consolidating your life's experiences while you sleep. Studies have shown that people who are deprived of REM sleep struggle to remember things they learned the day before. Sleep is not a break from learning. Sleep is where learning is completed. Your brain temperature actually rises during REM sleep. While the rest of your body cools down through the night, your brain quietly warms up during its most active phase. During REM sleep, your brain releases a surge of acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter associated with attention, learning, and memory. Your sleeping brain is, in many ways, more chemically alert than your waking one. The visual cortex, the part of your brain that processes what you see, is intensely active during REM sleep. Even with your eyes closed, your brain is generating images, movement, and scenes as vivid as anything you see during the day. Serotonin and norepinephrine, two neurotransmitters active during wakefulness, are almost completely switched off during REM sleep. Scientists believe this temporary shutdown may actually help your brain reset its emotional sensitivity. Some researchers describe REM sleep as a form of overnight emotional therapy. The difficult emotions you carry into sleep are processed and softened. You often wake feeling slightly better about things that felt overwhelming the night before.
During REM sleep, your body enters a state called atonia. Almost all of your voluntary muscles become temporarily paralyzed. Your brain sends a signal down your spinal cord that essentially switches off your ability to move. This paralysis is a protective mechanism. Without it, you would physically act out your dreams. Your body stays still so your mind can roam freely. Despite full body paralysis, two muscle groups remain active during REM sleep. Your eyes continue to move, giving REM its name. And the muscles controlling your breathing continue to work, keeping you alive through every dream. Your heart rate becomes irregular during REM sleep. Unlike the slow, steady rhythm of deep sleep, your heart during REM speeds up and slows down in response to whatever your dreaming brain is experiencing. Your breathing also becomes faster and more irregular during REM sleep. Scientists believe this mirrors the emotional intensity of the dreams your brain is generating. Blood flow to the brain increases significantly during REM sleep. Your brain receives more oxygen and glucose during REM than at almost any other time, fueling its intense activity. Body temperature regulation is suspended during REM sleep. Unlike during wakefulness or deep sleep, your body stops actively maintaining its temperature. You become temporarily more sensitive to the temperature of the room around you. This is one reason sleep scientists recommend keeping your bedroom cool. A slightly cool room supports deeper, longer REM periods, because your body is less likely to be disturbed by heat when temperature regulation is suspended. During REM sleep, your body produces less cortisol, the primary stress hormone. Each REM cycle quietly lowers the chemical burden of stress your body carries through the day. Men experience a physiological response during REM sleep that has nothing to do with dream content. It is simply a sign of healthy neurological and cardiovascular function, occurring automatically with each REM cycle throughout the night. While dreaming can occur in all stages of sleep, the most vivid, narrative, and emotionally rich dreams almost exclusively occur during REM sleep. The dreams of deep sleep are often fragmentary. REM dreams feel like stories. The average person has 3 to 5 distinct dreams per night during REM sleep. Most are forgotten within minutes of waking. Scientists estimate we forget approximately 95% of our dreams. Dreams are forgotten so quickly because the hippocampus, which records new memories, is operating differently during sleep. It is processing existing memories rather than recording new ones, including the experience of dreaming itself. You are more likely to remember a dream if you wake up directly from REM sleep. This is why alarm clocks that wake you abruptly often leave you with a vivid but fading dream still lingering at the edges of your mind. The content of REM dreams is heavily influenced by your emotional life. Anxious people tend to have more anxious dreams. But this is not a flaw. It is your brain working through emotional material while you rest. Recurring dreams are often associated with unresolved emotional experiences. Scientists believe the brain returns to the same emotional territory during REM until the experience has been sufficiently processed. Lucid dreaming, the awareness that you are dreaming while you are still inside the dream, occurs almost exclusively during REM sleep. It happens when the prefrontal cortex, normally quieted during REM, briefly reactivates. Studies using brain imaging have confirmed that the neural patterns during dreaming closely mirror the patterns of actually experiencing the same events while awake. To your brain, a dream is not a simulation of experience. It may be a form of experience itself. People who are born blind still experience REM sleep. Their dreams involve sound, touch, smell, and emotion rather than visual imagery. REM sleep does not require vision, it requires a brain. Animals dream too. During REM sleep, rats have been observed replaying the maze routes they ran during the day with such accuracy that scientists could predict which route the rat was dreaming about. Memory consolidation during REM sleep appears to be ancient, shared across many species. Sleep scientists often describe memory consolidation during REM as a filing system. The events of your day arrive in short-term storage. During REM sleep, your brain decides what goes into long-term files and what gets quietly discarded. Emotional memories receive priority during REM consolidation. Your brain is wired to remember things that felt significant. Joy, fear, surprise, sadness. These experiences are archived with particular care during REM sleep. Procedural memory, the kind that helps you ride a bicycle or play an instrument, is also consolidated during REM sleep. Musicians and athletes who sleep well after practice perform measurably better than those who do not.
A study at Harvard Medical School found that students who slept after learning new material retained significantly more than those who stayed awake. The difference was not in how hard they studied, it was in how well they slept. REM sleep also appears to help the brain find connections between unrelated pieces of information. Some researchers believe this is where creativity lives, in the loose, associative thinking of the dreaming brain. There is a reason the phrase "sleep on it" exists in almost every language and culture. The advice to rest before making a decision may be rooted in the brain's genuine need for REM sleep to process complex information. Thomas Edison famously resisted sleep, calling it a waste of time. And yet he kept a cot in his laboratory and napped frequently throughout the day. Many of his most celebrated ideas, he admitted, came to him in the hazy moments between sleep and waking, the moments richest in REM activity. The structure of Da was partly inspired by a dream. The periodic table arrived to its creator during sleep. The sewing machine needle's eye was placed at the tip rather than the base after its inventor dreamed of warriors with holes at the tips of their spears. REM sleep has shaped the history of human discovery. Sleep deprivation studies consistently show that people who miss REM sleep overestimate how well they are performing on memory tasks. The brain does not always know what it has lost. It simply quietly loses it. You are now halfway through, and somewhere in the quiet background of your biology, the systems that will generate your own REM sleep tonight are already preparing. Your brain already knows what to do. All it needs is for you to rest. Matthew Walker, a neuroscientist at the University of California, Berkeley, describes REM sleep as overnight emotional first aid. While you sleep, your brain strips the emotional charge from difficult memories, leaving the information intact, but the pain softened. People who are prevented from REM sleep become significantly more emotionally reactive. Small frustrations feel overwhelming. Positive experiences feel flat. The emotional regulation system depends on REM sleep to function.
Studies have found that people who get adequate REM sleep are better at reading other people's emotions. The rested brain is more attuned, more empathetic, more socially aware. REM sleep appears to recalibrate the amygdala, the brain's threat detection center. Without sufficient REM, the amygdala becomes hyperactive, responding to neutral situations as if they were dangerous. This is one reason anxiety tends to worsen with poor sleep. It is not simply that anxious people sleep poorly. Poor sleep actively creates the neurological conditions for increased anxiety. Some researchers believe that the emotional processing of REM sleep is why we cry more easily when tired. The amygdala is less regulated. The emotional buffers are thinner. The world feels more than it would after a full night of rest. Post-traumatic stress disorder is associated with disruptions in REM sleep. Many people with PTSD experience fragmented REM, waking frequently during their most active dream periods. Treatments that improve REM sleep often reduce the intensity of traumatic memories. One theory of REM sleep suggests that it exists partly to rehearse emotional responses. By experiencing fear, joy, loss, and surprise in the safe environment of a dream, your brain may be practicing how to handle these emotions in waking life. Children who get adequate REM sleep show better emotional regulation during the day. They are more patient, more resilient, and better able to recover from frustration. Sleep is not a reward for good behavior. It is part of what makes good behavior possible. The emotional tone of your last few hours before sleep influences the emotional content of your REM dreams. Calmer evenings tend to produce calmer dreams. This is one of the quietest arguments for a peaceful bedtime routine. Fetuses begin experiencing REM sleep in the womb. As early as the 3rd trimester, an unborn baby's brain generates the electrical patterns of REM activity. The dreaming brain begins before birth. Premature babies spend up to 80% of their sleep time in REM. The more undeveloped the brain, the more REM sleep it requires. Development and REM sleep are inseparable. As children grow, the proportion of REM sleep gradually decreases. By adolescence, it has settled close to adult levels. But the absolute amount of REM sleep remains higher in young people than in older adults. Teenagers experience a biological shift in their circadian rhythm that pushes their natural sleep and wake times later. This is not laziness, it is neurology. Their brains are wired, temporarily, to sleep and wake later than adults.
As adults age, the amount of REM sleep decreases. Older adults spend less of their sleep in REM than younger ones. Some researchers believe this reduction in REM sleep contributes to age-related changes in memory and emotional regulation. Studies have found associations between reduced REM sleep in older adults and increased risk of cognitive decline. Protecting sleep quality, including REM sleep, may be one of the most important things an aging brain can do for itself. Pregnant women experience significant changes in their sleep architecture, including disruptions to REM sleep. The growing brain inside them, meanwhile, is spending extraordinary amounts of time in REM, building itself in the quiet of the womb. Sleep requirements do not decrease as dramatically with age as was once believed. The ability to sleep may decrease with age, but the need for sleep, including REM sleep, remains largely consistent throughout adult life. People over the age of 65 are more likely to wake during REM sleep, often remembering vivid fragments of dreams. This is partly because REM periods become lighter and more easily disrupted with age. Despite changes across a lifetime, the brain never entirely loses its need for REM sleep. Even in very old age, the brain cycles through REM, processing, consolidating, and dreaming, quietly, persistently, faithfully. Alcohol is one of the most powerful suppressors of REM sleep. It may help you fall asleep faster, but it significantly reduces the amount of REM sleep your brain can generate. the sleep that follows alcohol consumption is less restorative than it feels. Caffeine, consumed too late in the day, delays sleep onset and reduces total REM time. The half-life of caffeine in the body is approximately 5 to 6 hours. A coffee at 3 p.m. still has half its caffeine active at 8 p.m. Many common medications disrupt REM sleep, including certain antidepressants, blood pressure medications, and sleep aids. This is not a reason to stop taking prescribed medication, but it is a reminder that sleep is pharmacologically sensitive. Stress hormones, particularly cortisol, suppress REM sleep. A highly stressful day creates a neurological environment that makes deep, restorative REM sleep more difficult to achieve. Blue light from screens suppresses melatonin production and delays the onset of sleep. Less total sleep time means less total REM sleep. The device in your hand at night is quietly reducing the time your brain spends in its most restorative state. Sleep apnea, a condition where breathing repeatedly stops during sleep, severely fragments REM sleep. People with untreated sleep apnea may wake hundreds of times each night without knowing it, each interruption cutting short a REM period. Irregular sleep schedules disrupt the body's circadian rhythm, which governs when REM sleep occurs. Sleeping and waking at inconsistent times reduces the brain's ability to generate its full complement of REM periods. Sleeping in a room that is too warm reduces REM sleep duration. Because temperature regulation is suspended during REM, an overheated room is more disruptive to REM than to other sleep stages. Nicotine is a stimulant that reduces REM sleep. Studies of smokers consistently show less REM sleep compared to non-smokers. Withdrawal from nicotine, paradoxically, temporarily increases REM sleep as the brain recalibrates. Simply sleeping too little is the most common disruptor of REM sleep. Because REM periods are longest in the final hours of sleep, cutting your sleep short by even 1 or 2 hours disproportionately reduces the amount of REM you receive. Consistency is the single most powerful protector of REM sleep. Going to sleep and waking at the same time each day, including weekends, anchors your circadian rhythm and maximizes your REM opportunity. A cool bedroom temperature, between 16 and 19 degrees Celsius, is associated with more stable and longer REM periods. Your brain does its deepest dreaming in a cool, quiet room. Exercise improves REM sleep quality. People who exercise regularly spend more time in restorative sleep stages, including REM. The effect is stronger when exercise occurs earlier in the day rather than late at night. Mindfulness and meditation practices have been shown to improve sleep quality and increase REM sleep. A calmer mind before sleep creates neurological conditions more favorable for REM generation. Reading before bed, particularly fiction, is associated with better sleep quality. Stories activate the same narrative centers of the brain that REM sleep uses. Fiction may be one of the gentlest bridges into the dreaming mind. Keeping a dream journal increases dream recall over time. Writing down what you remember from dreams each morning, even fragments, trains your brain to carry more dream content across the threshold of waking.
Napping can supplement REM sleep, but does not fully replace it. A 90-minute nap in the early afternoon includes a REM period and can partially compensate for a poor night's sleep without disrupting nighttime sleep. Going to bed slightly earlier rather than sleeping later in the morning is one of the most effective ways to increase total REM sleep. The final sleep cycles of the night are the richest in REM. Protecting them matters. Reducing alcohol consumption, even moderately, measurably improves REM sleep within a few nights. The brain recovers its REM capacity quickly when the suppressive effects of alcohol are removed. Simply knowing about REM sleep may improve it. Sleep researchers have found that people who understand the importance of sleep tend to prioritize it more, and those who prioritize sleep tend to protect it more successfully. Every night, without being asked, your brain generates an entirely private world.
characters, landscapes, emotions, and stories that exist nowhere else in the universe, created entirely by you, for you, while you rest. Some scientists believe dreams are the brain's way of simulating possible futures, running scenarios, rehearsing responses, and preparing you for experiences you have not yet had. Others believe dreams are the exhaust of memory consolidation, the visual and emotional residue of the brain's filing process, experienced as narrative simply because the human brain cannot help but find stories in patterns. Others still believe dreams serve no function at all, that they are simply what it feels like to be a highly active brain in a paralyzed body. The debate remains open. The mystery remains intact. What is not debated is this: REM sleep is essential. Animals deprived of REM sleep die. Humans deprived of REM sleep deteriorate rapidly in mood, cognition, and physical health. Whatever REM sleep is doing, the brain cannot survive without it. Every person who has ever lived has experienced REM sleep. Every human brain across every culture, every era, every continent has spent a portion of every night in this remarkable state. REM sleep is one of the most universal human experiences in existence. The glymphatic system, your brain's waste clearance mechanism, is most active during sleep. It flushes out toxic proteins that accumulate during waking hours, including proteins associated with Alzheimer's disease. Sleep is not just rest. Sleep is maintenance. There is a moment just before REM sleep ends and waking begins, when the boundaries between dreaming and awareness briefly blur. Scientists call this hypnopompia. Artists, writers, and scientists have described it as a space of unusual clarity, a doorway between two kinds of knowing. You will enter REM sleep tonight. Your brain, without any instruction from you, will move through its cycles, processing your memories, softening your emotions, and generating its quiet, private world of dreams. It has been doing this your entire life. It will do it again tonight. And perhaps the most remarkable fact of all is simply this: right now, as you listen to these words, as your breathing slows and your body grows heavy and still, the first quiet preparations for sleep are already beginning inside you. Your brain already knows the way. It has always known the way. All you have to do is let it. Those were 100 facts about REM sleep. And now, there is nothing left to do. Your body is still. Your mind is soft. The day is behind you, and the night is here. Somewhere in the hours ahead, your brain will drift into REM sleep. It will process the things you felt today. It will file the things you learned. It will dream in ways you may not remember by morning. And when you wake, you will be quietly, invisibly, a little more rested, a little more whole. Sleep well. Science for Sleep will be here when you return.